Operand operations. If any of the operand evaluated to false, then total expression evaluated to false, then there is no need to evaluate remaining expressions, and in case of or operation, if any of the operand evaluated to true, then remaining evaluations can be skipped. This type of skipping is done through short-circuited evaluation. And conditional and bitwise / logical and conditional or logical or. Instance method. A non-static method which needs an object of class to be created in order to invoke it. No. Fields. A field is a variable of any type that is declared directly in a class or struct. A field is a variable that is a member of a class or struct. Fields and array elements are automatically initialized with the default values for their type at runtime, if not initialized explicitly. For example, class octopus a string name, / fields should follow camel case naming convention public int age equals 10. A class or struct may have instance fields, static fields, or both. Instance fields are specific to an instance of a type. If you have a class T with an instance field f, you can create two objects of type T and modify the value of f in each object without affecting the value in the other object. By contrast, a static field belongs to the class itself and is shared among all instances of that class. You can access the static field only by using the class name. If you access the static field by an instance name, you get CS0176 compile time error. Generally, you should use fields only for variables that have private or protected accessibility. Data that your class exposes to client code should be provided through methods, properties, and indexes. By using these constructs for indirect access to internal fields, you can guard against invalid input values. A private field that stores the data exposed by a public property is called a backing store or backing field. Fields typically store the data that must be accessible to more than one class method and must be stored for longer than the lifetime of any single method. Namespaces help organize programs and provide assistance in avoiding name clashes. It doesn't have any access restrictions. Access modifiers are not allowed on namespaces. Using alias name equals system.console. Using it in code be like alias name.classname.method. References -add reference -projects tab -select project. This will create an internal dependency to the other project and will have a build order created. Create a project with name namespace a.team A and another project with name namespace b.team B and add classes in it. This will have the required hierarchy. Or you can use nested namespace in a namespace. Yes. The assembly.dll or .exe created in .NET is an intermediate language, which is then converted to native by CLR. So if we have .NET installed on the other OS, then this assembly can be used. And the IL assembly will be converted by CLR on runtime to native code.